The increased efficiency of the turbocharged engine necessitates more accurate control of the ignition advance and retard curve. There are two methods of achieving this. The early Audi 205T used a mechanical system. The Audi Quattro and the later Audi 205T use electronic control. So let's have a look at the mechanical version. This is achieved by the use of one-way delay valves. These valves are basically one-way valves, but they do have a small ventilation drilling that allows movement of air at a controlled rate in either direction. This enables pressure to equalize smoothly. To identify them, they are the largest black and white valves located in the retard pipe at the rear of the engine. They should be back-to-back, that is, black to black. The advance pipe is connected to the throttle housing at a point just above the first stage throttle valve. The retard pipe splits into two at a T-piece, firstly via valve number 1 to in front of the turbo impeller, and secondly via valve number 2 directly into the inlet manifold. There are several phases of operation which we'll take one at a time. During idling, there is a depression in the inlet manifold which is channeled through the hoses via valve number 2 to the retard side of the distributor's diaphragm unit. The atmospheric pressure from the point above the first stage throttle acts on the advance side of the diaphragm and pushes it into the retarded condition. The ignition timing is held in the retard direction when idling. When the throttle is partially open and the engine speed is below 3,000 RPM, a strong depression is created between the open throttle and the advance drilling. This depression is felt on the advance side of the diaphragm. A weaker depression or higher pressure is felt via valve number 2 on the retard side of the diaphragm, moving it into the advance condition. The ignition timing is advanced during acceleration up to 3,000 RPM. When the engine speed reaches 3,000 RPM, the turbocharger boosts the inlet manifold to atmospheric pressure. Therefore, both advance and retard pipes have atmospheric pressure in them, which acts equally on both sides of the diaphragm. Equalization of pressure takes place through the delay drilling in number 2 valve. Only centrifugal advance is maintained at 3,000 RPM. At engine speeds over 3,000 RPM, the turbocharger is boosting the inlet manifold above atmospheric pressure. The boost pressure travels down both the advance and retard pipes, but is prevented from reaching the retard side of the diaphragm by delay valve number 2. As a result, the boost pressure acting on the advance side of the diaphragm pushes it in the retard direction. Movement of displaced air takes place via valve number 1. In the upper part throttle range, the ignition timing is held partially retarded against centrifugal control. As the engine speed increases still further to full throttle, the boost pressure will have reached its control limit and will be pushing the diaphragm further retarded. This is assisted on the other side of the diaphragm by the depression created in front of the impeller via valve number 1. The ignition timing is moved to the fully retarded condition against centrifugal control. The electronic version of ignition control is fully explained in the videotape Ignition Systems.